Hey guys, we're gonna make a gnome tonight. I'm Lee with the Turquoise Valentine, and we're just waiting for some people to hop on a second. Just getting ready to get started. Oh, there's somebody. Just waiting. Say hello once you hop on. Hey, Linda. Hey, Colin. Y'all say hello once you hop on. Hey, Danica. Hey, Kimberly. Hey, Sandra. Hey, Sylvia. Peggy. We're just going to give everybody a few minutes to hop on because I know a lot of people's been asking for this tutorial. So, just going to give it a minute or so. Hey, Glenda. Yeah, thanks for sprinkling. Hey, Shannon. Hey, Linda. Hey, Sharice. Yeah, Sharice, I was watching Carol too on the stencils page. I can't talk. Hey, Melissa and Kim. And Brandy. Yeah, Colin's on here. He's not here, but he's watching, so... Hey, Tammy. Hey, Brandy. Thank you for sprinkling. So I got all my little gnomies up here so y'all can see. And this is a craft I know a lot of y'all have asked about. This is not something that you have to do while I'm doing it. So if you want to like watch the whole thing through and then you can go back and watch it again, then that's perfectly okay too. So you can kind of, you know, get the gist of it and then go and practice and do it. This is really not hard. It looks a lot harder than it actually is. So don't let it intimidate you. Yeah, Sylvia, there's a lot of people live. I guess Friday night, you know, everybody's going to be live. So, but this is one everybody's been asking for. And so I'm going to share this with y'all. I've been making these gnomes. Oh gosh, I don't know how long now. Probably a year maybe. And I've sold a lot of them. I've shipped them everywhere. I sold them in my vendor booth. So, but I just love them. I love the combinations of the colors, and you know, like you can do them any color. I think I'm gonna paint the one I'm doing tonight. I think I'm gonna do it red, white, and blue. So for my little my tray. My tier tray. That's what I'm gonna do, I think, because I don't have one red, white, and blue. So I'm gonna try that tonight. But you can paint it absolutely any color you want to. You can make a whole little family, like all these. Because the thing about these is when you do them, they turn out different every single time. It's hard to make two exactly the same just because the way you start out with the base, and it may be a little smaller, maybe a little bigger. So that's why it's difficult to get them like that. So the same. So they're gonna be original. Each piece is gonna be original every time. Oh, thank you, Pat. Hey, Danica, thank you. Hey, Dawn. Yes, patriotic gnome. That's what I'm planning on doing. So we're gonna see. All right. So let me move my little gnomies out of the way. And actually, whoo, he fell over. He don't want to stand up. He's tired. Actually, the ones that I have in my room in here, besides a few of them, the main ones I switched to a different clay from the clay that I'm using now. I was using this one kind of clay. I couldn't find this clay. So I tried this other kind of clay. Okay, it was some kind from Walmart. I don't know what it was. I don't remember. Hey, Julie. Glenda, I made these. I'm going to show y'all how to make them. So anyway, so I got this other brand of clay, not this kind, but another kind of clay. And I did them. I did like several of them. I let them dry. And when I came back like the next day or so and they had dried, they had all cracked really bad. I don't know if y'all can see the cracks. And I was like, oh my goodness. Because I made them for an order for somebody. And then they cracked. And I was like, so I just kind of patched the cracks up with some caulking stuff from Dollar Tree, smoothed them down, and then I painted them and kept them for myself. because you honestly can't tell, you know, that they got cracks in them and stuff because I kind of fixed them. But I didn't want to send them to a customer and it be all all cracked. So that's the story behind lots of these in my room, is because they were for someone else, and the clay that I got didn't work, and you know, that's what happened. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is I use this aluminum foil from the Dollar Tree. Okay, just the cheap aluminum foil, because you know, if you start using your aluminum foil from the kitchen, like your Reynolds wrap or whatever, that gets kind of expensive. So you can get 40 square feet for $1 at the Dollar Tree. Because all we're going to do is crumple this up and we're going to make a base out of it. No, it wasn't air dry sculpting, Danica. It wasn't. It was in a block like this. It was in a block just like this. I don't remember the brand, but it and I had read online on Amazon or something that they said they changed the formula of it and everybody didn't like it. I gave it a whirl anyway because I got it from Walmart, because I was going to buy some more while they were drying. And then when I went back after they had dried and they had cracked, I was like, oh my gosh, but this is not going to crack. So it's tried and true. I've tested it many, many times. Hey, Graham, and this clay works, okay? So what we're going to do is, now this is the part where it varies on how big you want your gnome and what shape you want your gnome, and if you want him tilted, his hat tilted, and all that kind of stuff. Because like this one, his hat is, you know, curved to the side, okay? And then, you know, some of these are straight. And this is the part where you kind of create, you know, how you want his hat to look and everything. Because we're just making the base, okay? So I basically just take a piece of aluminum foil and then I just rip it off, okay? So then I just kind of make this is just going to be on the inside. This is going to be your base, like your form, okay? If you could use styrofoam from the Dollar Tree, the cones, or Hobby Lobby, or however you want to do it. You could do that too. Absolutely could do that. This just was more economical for me because I was making them, you know, I can't even tell you how many of these little guys that I've made. I don't even know, because I've shipped them all over, all over the United States. But anyway, and I've sold them in my vendor booth. I've made, you know, hundreds of them. Okay, so we take the foil and I just start making, you know, crunching it down into a ball, okay? I gotta get used to this camera because if I move to the left on the camera, it goes to the right. So it's so weird because I'm used to my Samsung. But anyway, but I do like my iPhone. I'm so glad y'all hopped on to watch me. But I'm basically just making a ball. Can y'all see? I'm just kind of making a ball. And then every once in a while, just kind of get on my table and kind of make the bottom flat. But then I'm just going to start, you know, going into like his body. Like, see how I'm making it into like a cylinder type shape. Like I said, it just depends on how fat you want him and how tall you want him, okay? Like this one's pretty tall. That's probably the tallest one. And he's, like I said, the bigger the base is, he's 6.5 inches. So, you know, if you can see, I had to, you know, the cone would actually be about here, okay? But then if you want a small one, I'm off center. Okay, so let me, is that better? Okay. So I'm just taking that foil and I'm kind of mashing it down tight. I mean, y'all all made a ball out of aluminum foil before. And then I'm just kind of mashing the bottom down. So I have this. Oh, this is so weird. Okay. So I have this, okay? Just this, okay? Then I'm just going to take some more. And I'm just going to keep adding it to this, okay? So I'm just grabbing the foil. You know, this stuff is really thin. I've got something in my throat, guys. And I'm just going to take it like this. And then I'm going to just wrap it around, kind of to get it to be part of the other base. See how I'm just wrapping it around? Does that make sense? I'm just kind of going around like this. Okay. See, it looks kind of fat now, but then I start crunching it in. And then I'm going to start kind of forming my cone part where he's pointy. Okay. And then every once in a while, I'll just put him down on my table. Gosh, I gotta get some drink. All right. And I'll just kind of roll it around just to kind of help me get it that cone shape. Thank you for sprinkling, guys. Okay. I'm so excited to do this for y'all because I absolutely love these. I love this little one here. I just love them. And then I got to show y'all the surprise end of what I do with the little pieces of clay that's left after I finish a whole block of it. Because I couldn't dare throw it away. I had to make something with it. Okay. So far, this is what we have, okay? And I'm going to make him a little bit taller. So I'm just going to keep adding to my cone. So I'm going to pull some more off. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to kind of wad the end up like this. See how I have it? And then I'm just going to add, same way. I'm just laying it. I'm laying it on my cone, okay, right there. And I'm just going to kind of, and that's going to make him fatter, but I got to kind of incorporate it with what's already there. So then I'm just going to kind of start working my way up and folding it around what's already there, okay? So he's a little tall and skinny. That's why I said that this, when you do this, it's going to be different every single time you do this. It's really hard to replicate one because it's handmade. And you're doing the clay around it and all your fingerprints and smoothing it out. It's going to be all different. So each one of them is one of a kind. But it's, you'll have a whole little gnome village before you know it. Do you use the whole 2 pounds in one gnome? No, I do not. I can get, I can get 3, maybe 4 regular size gnomes out of it. If, just depends on how big they are. Here's the guy that I made that I let dry, okay? So see how it dried all pretty white? And if you don't have the white clay, it's fine because we're gonna paint over it anyway. And here's his nose. Because I used to let it dry and then I would glue on his nose and then I would paint it. Well, then I found out it was easier to paint this little ball and instead of trying to paint it while I was on the gnome. So I'll paint it, we'll glue him on, and there he'll be. But there he is, if you want to see him up close. So I'm going to show y'all how to do it. But see, every one of them is going to look different. Okay, so I've got my cone. So that's probably about the same size, if y'all can see. That's probably going to be about the same height. But like I said, they're all different. Hey, Nancy. Hey, Kayla. Yes, Sharice. I pondered on the thing on the inside for the longest time. Because I was like, yeah, I could go get a cone at the Dollar Tree. Or I could go get a cone at Hobby Lobby and all that. But then that starts getting expensive. Because if you're going to make... And then all the different sizes. And plus, none two are the same. So I just kind of use my brain a little bit, my creative weird brain sometimes. And I just went with it and just said, well, I'm going to make a base myself and see if it works. Well, it did, so that's what I did. So see, I've got and I just kind of, if you just mash it down on the table and do that, it'll kind of make it flat. So see, it's flat. I mean, don't worry about, I got little bumps and stuff in there, but it's okay because you're going to cover it up. But just try to get as much as you can smooth. And if you'll roll it on the table like this, that's really, really going to help you. Okay? So see, I got my little cone. But I like the fact that they're one of a kind. Because, there's no two are going to be the same. Nobody's going to have one like you. Okay? So I've got the pack I've already got opened. I have this pack too. But I have one already opened. And, because I made this guy the other night. Okay. Alright, so this is what it looks like out of the pack. And it's got a weird smell to it. But, and this stuff will dry out. So if you open your pack, be sure to put it in like some kind of Ziploc bag. I have a Ziploc bag that some wood beads came in. That's what I keep it in. And some people even say they put a wet paper towel inside of there. Just a little damp to keep it from drying out because it will dry out. And it will start drying out as we're working with it. That's why I said you need I got a little cup of water right here. If you're wondering what this is the little, when you make cinnamon rolls, Pillsbury in the rolls, cinnamon rolls in the, where the eggs and stuff are, these are the little cups that the icing comes in. So my family knows, do not throw those away because I will use them. So I don't throw them away. I have a whole collection of them over here because when we have a bunch of boys over here spending the night, that's what we usually break out and fix, you know. So we don't throw those cups away. I wash them and keep them. Where does the clay come from, Joey? And it comes from Hobby Lobby right here. And it's $9.99 for this block. And I use a coupon and get 40% off. Sometimes it's on sale. And but you can't get it on Amazon if your Hobby Lobby's not open. You can get it. It's called DOS Modeling Clay. And right here on the end it says air hardening. I don't know if y'all can read that. So it dries, it just air dries, and it takes it a day or so to air dry. Okay. So see how white this is? He's dry. And see how they're different colors. This is kind of a grayish looking, and then this is really stark white. So you'll know it's dry or not. You saved it because you remember me doing it. That's so funny. Okay, so I'm just taking a ball of clay that was already broken off the block in here, and I'm just going to start smoothing it, you know, kind of flatten it out a little bit. And then I'm going to, I have a rolling pin, and this is like a silicone one. I don't bake with it, so I'm just, I use it for my crafts. So I'm just going to kind of roll it out a little bit. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. I started out not rolling it flat, but I just found out it kind of helped me a little bit along the way. I'm making these gnomes, if you want to know what I'm making right there. I'll put him over here to the side. Can y'all see him? Let's see. Okay. So, I'll get over here where I'm not in the way. But I have this little cup of water, and every once in a while, I'll just get my fingers kind of wet because, like I said, this will dry out. And you'll know when it starts kind of getting dry. It depends on how humid it is at your house or your house or where you live, how humid it is, if y'all are still running the heat. I know some of y'all say it's snowing where y'all are and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it was like 87 here today. It was awesome. Okay. So then, all right, so I just got this piece of clay, all right? And that's about how thin it is. So it doesn't have to be too terribly thick. And I know it's probably not going to cover the whole thing, but we'll get another piece out and we'll just keep going, okay? Now my face is itching because I can't touch my face with my fingers. Because your hands are going to be all messy when it's over with. Okay, so I just take this, and then I'm just going to lay my little dude right here down in the middle of my little thing, and then I'm just going to kind of wrap it over him like this. And then I'm just going to start trying to pinch the clay together and try to stretch it out and just smooth it out. So see, it doesn't meet on that side, so we're going to add some more. We got to cover the bottom too. So I got that much done. I just kind of folded it over there and pressed it down and all that stuff. So there's that, okay? So now I'm going to set him over here, and I'm going to just reach in here and pull off. See, it just comes like that in a block. I'm just going to pull off some more. And if you get too much, you can just put it back. So it's not a big deal. All right, so I'm going to work it in my hands just a little bit to kind of get it going. I need a little roller. Yes, Wendy, I know one of those, the polymer clay ones. Somebody had asked me if polymer clay would work. I think it will work. But when I get to this smoothing part, when I smooth out where the hat joins the brim joins the hat, it kind of gets a little, I don't know how it would work with polymer clay. I have polymer clay. I've done a little bit of stuff with it, but if you're an expert at it, it'd probably be nothing for you to do. Can you put him outside? Becky, I wouldn't put him outside. I do seal them with some, I seal them with Mod Podge, or I have some stuff from Deco Art called Duraseal or something like that, and it's over there where in Hobby Lobby, it's where all the paint and all the sealers and stuff is, and it's a little bottle. I don't even know where it is right now. And it's called DuraClear, but I've used that. But now I've not ever put one outside, because if he does get wet, it's gonna it will, you know, probably eventually fall apart. And I don't know how the sun is, Greg is spreading the word. All right, Kim, thanks. Aw. So my husband's not home. He's at the river with, at our place in Arkansas on the river. And so that's where he is. And he's got everybody there watching it. Hey, Christy. Okay, so I've just smoothed out another piece. And I'm going to lay it right here. And I already know that that's going to be way entirely too much clay, because it's going to go over on the other side. So I'm just going to probably tear a little off. Just like that. So I just kind of tore it in half. And then I'll just put this back over in the package, okay? And then where I left off, I'm just going to stick some of that on there. And I may end up tearing some more off. And then I'm just going to kind of wrap some around the bottom. And then you've got to incorporate it all together, which is the fun part. That's where I don't know. I guess polymer clay, you could do it in shapes. Hey, Donna. So I'm just kind of going around and pinching it, and just like you did when you were a kid and you played with Play-Doh. It's kind of the same consistency. Thank you, Donna, for sprinkling. Some gnome lover out there might want to see how to make their own. Like I said, I've made so many of these, I can't even, I'm gnome obsessed at one point. So, but you can make these for every holiday. You can make them for Christmas, Valentine's, Easter. You could put little ears on his hat and make Easter. You can make the ears out of the clay. It would be really easy to do. I'm going to do this one. I'm going to try to do this one patriotic. I don't have one of those. All the ones that you see that I've showed y'all, those are mine. And like I said, I don't even have a Christmas one. Because at Christmas, it gets crazy. For crafting people that sell crafts, it gets ridiculously crazy. So, so see, I have that line here. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to smooth it. And sometimes I'll just pull my fingers and smooth it and try to incorporate it with the other clay. But I'm kind of squeezing it all at the same time. And then I'm just going to get some water. And if you get some water and you just kind of rub it on there, you can start smoothing out that line where the clay joins. So see how I have this line right here? I'm just going to get my finger and dip it in some water. And then just start smoothing it out. And it will start incorporating itself into the other clay. And you can kind of smooth it out. So see how I'm smoothing that out? And you just keep basically going around and around until you get it to your liking. A noodle machine to flatten the... Yeah, I don't have a pasta maker. I don't have one of those. I never really got into... Yeah, welcome, Stacy. Nancy must have brought a friend. So anyway, we're making this cute little guy right here, or how to make these. There's all different variants, and I made some with real tall, skinny ones one time, and they were really cute. I don't even have a set of those for myself. I made them for somebody else. I had a girl a while back, and she wanted some to look like a tattoo that she had. And she had like a Viking man and a woman with a Viking hat with the little horns that come out the sides. And I made those custom for her. And they turned out so stinking cute, y'all. And I worked really hard on them, and they looked so good. But, so y'all just take this idea and run with it. And I've showed y'all that I put a little heart stamp on all of my gnomes. They all have the little heart on their butt. That's just kind of my little trademark deal. Because, you know, turquoise Valentine, but I do little red hearts on their heinies. Oh, good, Michelle, you brought 2 friends. Well, thank y'all for bringing friends. I know a lot of y'all have been asking about this, and we're finally doing it. So, I'm just, like I said, I'm just going around and trying to incorporate that other piece with the piece I already had on there. And I just keep wetting my fingers and going around and round. Hearts on their honeys. Yeah, they got hearts on their honeys. Hey, from Illinois, Dawn. How are you? Okay. So now, they're I got it pretty much like I want it. And it's all pretty much smooth. And, you know, there's some bumps and all that kind of stuff. It's not totally 100% smooth, but that's okay. It doesn't bother me. Kind of gives their hat that crinkly look kind of thing. So I wasn't too worried about it. So here we go. Here he is. Okay. He's not completely, see, this side's kind of fat over here and this side's straight and all that. It's all going to be fine. But then the bottom, I always kind of, I don't know if y'all can see, I have this IKEA cutting mat that I use all the time. But I just kind of stick it down on the mat and kind of press down a little bit and get it flat. Just so that when it dries, it'll have a bottom where he'll sit right. Okay, so thank y'all for sprinkling. I'm just going to smooth some more out because then you'll find out you'll be doing all this stuff and you'll look around and be like, oh my gosh, I got fingernail marks in my clay. Well, yeah, it happens to me all the time. So I'm just kind of smoothing out some areas that I'm really not wild about. Okay, so now I'm going to show y'all how to make the brim of his hat. And y'all are going to just be so shocked because it looks so hard, but it's really not. It's a trick. So anyway, so there's that, okay? So I'm going to set him over here to the side a little bit. And then I'm going to get the rest of that clay I had. And I'm going to close this up because I can already tell it's kind of getting dry. Are you using clay? Yes, Michelle, I'm using this DOS clay from Hobby Lobby. It's modeling clay. It dries just in the air. You don't have to bake it or anything. It says air hardening right here. And I get it at Hobby Lobby and I use a coupon and get 40% off. How did I get the hat curved? So when you have your foil, the way I showed your base, just take it and go to the side and just bend it. I mean, that's all you have to do. Just keep adding your foil the way you want it and just bend it whichever direction. I mean, you bend it and then you can decide which is going to be the front, which is going to be the back and all that. Just bend it one way. You know, I've made one that the hat did like this. That was a little more difficult, but you just go with it, y'all. Just make your own, but you just bend the foil over to make that shape, okay? And see, like this one's real pointy and skinny, so you can just do whatever. Okay, so now I'm making sure y'all can see him. Okay, so now I'm just gonna take this bit of clay, which is probably too much clay, and I'm just gonna make a snake. I know y'all can make a snake like you did when you were in school. Just make a snake. Clay is on sale today at Hobby Lobby. I went in Hobby Lobby today. Went into a different Hobby Lobby. I went into Memphis today and took my youngest with me. He's 14. He's not been anywhere in 2 months. So I took him with me and we went to a different Dollar Tree in Germantown, Tennessee, which is the outskirts of Memphis. It's the more ritzier part of Memphis. We went to a Dollar Tree there and they have he walked in and he went, oh my gosh, Mama, this Dollar Tree is huge. And I was like, yeah, it is. It's really big. So I go up there every once in a while because they have an abundance of stuff, usually. And I got a bunch of goodies today. And then we were riding through the parking lot and it's in this weird little shopping center. And like all the stores kind of are like they have their backs together. And you know, I'm not familiar with a lot of that up there. I don't go to Memphis a lot. So anyway, so we ride around the parking lot and I was like, oh my gosh, Chase, look at there. It's a Hobby Lobby. Well, I've been in that Hobby Lobby before, but I didn't know it was on the back side of where the Dollar Tree was. Saw this huge area of shops and all this kind of stuff. I've been in there before. Colin's girlfriend actually went with me. And I was like, oh my gosh, there's a Hobby Lobby. We got to go in there. And he was like, oh dear Lord. And thank y'all for sprinkling. Okay, so I'm just making my snake. So we went in Hobby Lobby. They still had tons. And when I say tons, I'm talking about 3 or 4 aisles of Easter stuff still. And it was 80% off. So I took Chase in there, and he wasn't thrilled about it. He's like, Mama, please don't say an hour in here. And I said, I'm not, honey. I'm just coming here to get a couple of things. Well, I left out of there $18 later, so it wasn't bad. But they still had a lot of Easter stuff. Okay. It was was fine shopping, you know. I mean, 99% of the people had their mask on, and it was fine. I mean, I have a mask that I wear in the store. I just use my common sense. I don't touch a lot of stuff. I bring hand sanitizer wipes that I have into the store. I bring one to wipe my cart, and then I lay one on top of that one. And then if I touch something, I'll pick it up and I'll wipe my hands off with it. So, but I wear my mask some. I just can't breathe. Because I wear one every day at work all day, and oh my gosh, it's awful. And it's so hot with it on. Okay. They didn't have any Easter. Wow. Okay, so now we have this, and I'm going to make it a little thinner just because I know his brim of his hat's going to be really fat if I don't. So like I said, you all try this, and then you'll know if you do it the first time, the second one's going to be better, of course, because, you know, the first time's kind of the trial run, and then the second time you'll know what mistakes you made the first time, and they'll just get better from there on out. So I have this little snake, and I know that's going to be way too fat, so I'm going, hey, Rochelle. Can't wait to shop. Yes, I miss shopping too. And it's, but it wasn't bad. But now my local Hobby Lobby, oh my gosh, it's ridiculous. They make you stand 6 feet apart, of course, in the store, and then the lines were from the cash register, and they go all the way back to the back of the store. The one that's my local Hobby Lobby. The brim was so fat the first time. Yes, Carol, yes. So you don't make your brim too fat. But like I said, your first one is not going to look is probably exactly like you want it to look, just because you'll learn from your mistakes every time, and they'll get better and better. Yes, they're hot. Okay, and Chase had one. He wore his. So, all right, so I got that much. I know it's going to be entirely too much. I'm going to break off the end over here and throw it to the side. Okay, so this is how we're going to make his brim. Okay, so then I'm going to look at him or my cone, or it's not even a thing anymore yet. So I'm just going to kind of look and decide what side I want to be the front. I mean, it doesn't matter really, but okay. So I'm going to choose this right here to be my front. And then I'm going to take my clay, my little snake. And now if you want his hat to come way down or way up here, this is where this part comes into play, okay? I like my hats to kind of be real tall, and they come down really, really low like that. Like this little one, they come almost down to the back, you know, almost all the way down, if y'all can see. Okay. So, or you could do it all the way around in level if you wanted to, but I like them to start high in the front and then go all the way down like that, okay? So this is going to be my front. So I'm going to take my clay and right in where I want the front to be, where I want his nose, and how the hat kind of tucks up, I'm just going to kind of lay it like this. Okay, and so I know his nose is going to go there, and then I'm just going to kind of take my clay and pull it around to the back, and I'll make a little bump for his nose. So see, that's how it looks, and then I'm going to join it together in the back. And this is the tricky part, so I'm going to pinch some of it off because I still have too much. You're fine, Susan. You can always watch the replay to get the beginning. Hey, Deidre. All right, so I'm just taking that back, and I'm just trying to incorporate it, and then I'm going to get a little water, because like I said, it gets dry, like my air conditioner just came on, and depending on how humid it is in your house, okay? But it starts getting, you'll know, because it kind of gets not crinkly, but it starts, you can tell it's getting dry. You can't maneuver it as much, because when it's wet, you can just glide. I mean, I know y'all have all seen the movie Ghost, where they're on that pottery wheel, and it's wet and all that stuff. It's like that. You can like really, really smooth it out when it's wet. Okay, so now I've got the back, and this is the front, like that. So his nose is going to go right here, okay? All right, so now this is the part where we're going to make the brim and the hat one piece, okay? So it's two pieces now. You can see the crack all the way around. If you want to leave it like that, go right ahead. You sure can, okay? But it's not, you know, I want it to look like that, to where it's all smooth and the hat and the brim are all together. You can see it good there. To where it's all one piece and the hat just comes down and goes out. Okay, so I'm going to try to show y'all. So, look at my hands. See, that's dry on my hands. It's dry. Okay, so all I do is I'm going to take my thumb, and I hope y'all can see, and I'm just going to kind of work it up onto the hat, okay? And don't worry if you kind of mess this part up, because you can shape it and get it back to the way it needs to be. So I'm just going to kind of smooth it up like this, and I'm going to get a little water, and that's going to help me. The water's going to help you. So then you just keep doing this and smoothing it and smoothing it and smoothing it. And it, like I said, it incorporates itself together. Okay, and then this has got like little cracks and stuff in it. And then I'm just going to keep smoothing and smoothing and smoothing. So now I'm just going to move on. Now I'm in the front now. And I'm just going to start doing like taking my thumb and pinching it down just like that. Okay. And I'm just going to kind of go all the way around. And then sometimes you'll find, like I just did, that the clay is still a little too long. But I'll worry about that in a minute. We'll take some more off. But I'm just going to go around and around. And I'm just pinching it down with my thumb, okay? So see how it's starting to look? It's starting to, you know, I've got it all kind of stuck. And then see this part here is not stuck. This part. You can tell, see? Okay. So then I just keep taking my thumb and just pushing that clay onto the hat. And then I'm gonna have to take some of this out back here because it's too long still. Okay. And then I'm going to have to match this up again and get it all back the way it was. See all my fingernail marks in it? I don't know if y'all can see it, but you'll end up having to smooth it all back out again. So I'm just smoothing, and then I'm all the way around to the back, and I'm just taking my thumb, and I still hadn't incorporated that good together. Sometimes I'll just take my finger and run it right under that hat because I'm trying to get that back piece to go together to where it looks all one solid piece, okay? But sometimes I'll just take my finger and kind of push, make that brim a little bit. So now I'm just going to keep going around, and I'm just going to keep smoothing that out and make the brim into the hat. Just keep smoothing until it looks like that. And just keep smoothing to where you can't tell that it was two pieces. And I just add a little water. I got my little water here, and I just add a little bit. And then I'll just kind of rub if you just keep rubbing your finger over it like that, it'll smooth all your little lines and stuff out. Fingernail marks, because trust me, you're going to have fingernail marks in it. And I don't even have fingernails, and I still have fingernail marks. But I'm just, you know, using my fingers and smoothing it out. And this is so therapeutic to me. I think it's just, you know, the way the clay feels. It's kind of like putting paint on canvas. I love putting paint on the canvas, the way it glides on the canvas. I think it's therapeutic to me. But, and this is the same way. And then you have this cute little guy when you're all done. Did I sell the gnomes in my... I don't have them in my shop. I used to sell them to people on the internet and stuff. And it's a lot to sit down and make them all. And because, you know, they have to dry several days. And but I don't have them in my shop. Slide in sideways. So I'm just kind of... Like I said, I'm just going around, smoothing it out. Because then you'll have it all smooth, and then you'll look around and go, oh gosh, there's something I touched or something. But see how this part right here is kind of coming down like I don't want it, like I want it to be even with the rest of it. I'll just take my finger and I'll just run my fingernail up under there and mash on it to where it looks like that. So you just keep going around and shaping it and getting it how you want it. And I think that looks pretty much like I want it. So see how it's all one piece now, or it looks like it's all one piece. I mean, it is technically, but you can't tell where I joined the hat on like that. So is this making sense? I hope so. So, okay. So there he is. All right. So then now I have the underside of his hat, okay, where the brim and his body meets. So I don't like that crack being there, because when you go to paint it, you know, you got to have a definitive line of, okay, where am I going to paint and stop painting? Yeah, you can save the video. When it goes back onto my page, you can save the video. You hit the little dots at the top and it says save video, and it'll put it in your little library of your saved videos. And but it's always going to be on my page. So you can just, you know, come and watch it again if you want to. Okay, so now I'm going to work on the underside of the brim, okay, this part. So I just put my finger in the water, and then I'm just going to take my finger, see if y'all can see, and I'm just basically just going to take my nail and just keep running it under there, and it's going to incorporate the water, kind of wets that clay, and then it starts kind of making its own, you know, seal right there. Just keep rubbing. I just keep going back and forth, and it makes that brim flat. You know what I'm trying to say? I guess that's what I'm trying to say. It's hard to explain. And then it just kind of seals up that little crack, and look, just like that. Okay. Now I'm gonna go up here and smooth out all the fingernail marks where I've grabbed him and all that stuff. All right. And sometimes when they dry, that crack under there might open back up after it dries, because it does shrink just a little bit when it dries. And if it does, it's not a big deal. I mean, some of mine, like this one, I don't think it does. But you can always go back, and when you paint, you can cover the crack and stuff like that. But like I said, the first one you do, you're going to be, you know, the first one's going to kind of make it look a little wonky probably. And then the more you do, the better you get, of course. Practice makes perfect. Mine aren't perfect, and I've made, I couldn't even tell you how many. Okay. So now I'm just going to make sure my bottom's still flat, just because, you know, you've handled it a lot, and you don't want a white-sided gnome, and then he won't sit straight. Okay. So there he is, okay? So see, all that looks smooth, and then underneath there is all smooth. You don't see a crack. It looks all one piece, and that's how you do that, okay? So now we're going to make him a nose first. So, and I always get too much clay for his nose, so I'm going to pinch off some. I mean, depending on how big you want your nose, I usually use just a little pea size, about like this, okay? And then I may put it on him and think, oh, that's too big. No, that's perfect. Okay, so I'm going to get a little water, because this clay's been sitting over here. It's kind of getting dry. Oh, good, Tarita. You got your stuff. Awesome. Okay. I make it look easy. Sandy, I've made a whole bunch of them, but it's not, I promise it's not really hard. It's you know, when you look at something like this, and this is how you have to look at anything, like a painting or anything like that. This in itself looks like, oh gosh, that's just, I can't make that. But if you break it down into steps and just basic shapes, that's all it is. And it just don't let the outcome mess you up on the beginning, because it's just a series of steps, and it's basic shapes put together. I mean, we started with aluminum foil, we made a cone, then we covered the cone. That's all we did. Then we took a snake and made a brim, and then incorporated it together. That's all we've done. It's easy. And so, and painting is the same way. Break the painting down into shapes. Okay, you got a flower and a flower and a flower. Well, you got a circle, a circle, a circle. Then you got stuff around it, and leaves and sticks, and you know, if you break it down like that, it doesn't seem so intimidating. Okay, so I just got my little nose. All right, so then I'm going to pick him up, and right where I want his nose to go, where the brim, you know, kind of peeps up a little bit, I'm just going to take my finger and I'm going to make a little hole right there. Just going to mash in there and make a little nest for his nose, okay? Can y'all see it? I just mashed my finger and made a little divot kind of in the clay where his nose is going to It's going to sit, okay? So then, and this is already starting to dry, I'm going to take my nose and I'm going to stick it down and try. This is where I have to do this 2 or 3 times usually. Because I get I'll mash it too hard and this nose will be on the sides. So I'm going to try not to do that. So I just kind of put my little ball of clay right there and kind of make it fit, okay? Like that. So now he's got a nose. That's where the nose is going to go. Of course, we're not going to leave it because it's got to dry and then we'll glue it on in the end. So there's that. So I'm just going to take the nose off real carefully without squishing it like I usually do, okay? So it fits just like that. So then I'm going to set it over here to the side because we're done with the nose. It's going to dry, okay? So then, now we're going to work on his beard. You can use a pen, you can use a pencil, you can use a thumbtack, you know, the little push pins, whatever. You can use whatever you want. It doesn't matter. I'm going to show y'all. This is just a mechanical pencil that my son uses for school. I have these from Dollar Tree. I don't really know what they call it, a piercing tool or something. See, it's got I don't know if y'all can see, it's got a point on it. And then it has this end on the end, like a little, and if you do polymer clay, you probably have some little stuff like this. You can use that. You can use whatever. You can use just the prong of a fork and do what I'm fixing to do. So it's not, you know, don't have to have any special kind of tools. Okay, so I'll do it with the pencil just so y'all can see. All right, so I just kind of look at him, and I know his beard's going to kind of go, you know, kind of start big and then kind of go down. So I'm just going to basically just go down. You can do straight lines if you want to, or you can do wavy lines. So I'm just going to kind of go, I'm going to look at him and kind of go over here to the side. And then I'm just going to kind of do like that. I don't know if y'all can see it. I hope y'all can see. See it? Just like that. And that's where I know that's going to start. So there's his nose, and then there's the line. So see? So I'm going to look at the other side, and I'm going to kind of do the same thing and make a little jagged line. So I got a line over there and a line over there. And then now you're just going to kind of, I'll just take my little tool and just draw little squigglies or straight lines and kind of do them in, or however you want to do them. But I always go, see how I see the nose, a little divot? I'll even go up into that divot, because once I put his nose down, I don't want them to look like they start here and go down. I want them to look like they're, you know, underneath there. And then I go way up under the hat up here, and I'll just do the same thing and just draw them. And I like to kind of do them a little deep. And I'm going to show you why when we get to the part of painting this other one. Not just deep, but I want to actually make a line where you can actually see it in the clay. So y'all are all going to be some gnome making fools for long. Okay. So see, there's his nose. See how it looks? And you can do this however you want to. If you want to take a piece of clay, flatten it out, and kind of shape it, and then put it on for the beard, you can totally do that. Y'all just take it and run with it, because you know this is just how I do it and how I like for them to look. You got to do it how you want it to look. So it's totally up to you. But see how it looks like hair, and it's just little grooves that I took that little pencil and I just drew, you know, kind of drug it on the clay. So there it is. All right. So then, where is my, here? I have this itty bitty stamp from, I want to say this was like one of those sets at Michael's up in the front. There was like a $2 or something of the whole alphabet and has a heart in it. But I'm going to do my little heart. And you don't have to do this. This is just what I do to mine. I don't even know. I didn't even do it to the one that's dry, guys. I'm going to have to draw a heart on there. You could actually draw one on there. Do whatever you want. If you don't want to put a heart on his booty, then don't. It's just something I do. I didn't even do it on the one I'm fixing to paint. But so there's my heart, and I just take it and I just stamp it right there on his side. And so there's the little heart. See it? There he is. Okay. So now he's going to sit over here and dry. So I got his nose. Where's his nose? Got his nose and he's done. It's a gnome, okay? Like this guy right here, I actually put that stamp in there in the clay while it was wet. So you could do that. You could take the end of a pencil or a magic marker. You could go and make dots into the clay. I didn't do that on these. These are just dotted with some dotting tools that I have. So that's not in the clay. They're just painted on. So you can do whatever you want to. If you wanted to stamp a star or something here, you know, you could do it. Whatever you want to do. Like I said, y'all just run with it. Because the sky's the limit. Because you could do, you know, tons and tons of these, and they all look different. So do it how you want to do it. You could take your pen and drag stripes down his hat, whatever you want to do. Teach us to do the cotton balls anytime soon. Yes, I can teach y'all how to paint cotton balls. That's really simple. I'm telling you, it's not as hard as it looks, because if you break something down into parts, it's not as intimidating. And that's all it is shapes and parts. And it's very, a crescent moon would be cool, yes. Or put stars all over his hat. And I'm going to try to put stars on mine. I have a little stamp that I have, a little clear stamp that I have that's a star. But I'm going to try to stamp them on white on mine when I paint him. But we're going to see how that works, because I don't know if it's going to work good or not. But just think, whatever you stamp on here, you're going to have to get a little bitty brush, and you're going to have to paint in the little crevices or whatever. So, all right, so we're setting him to the side. He's going to dry sometime tomorrow. You can come and look at them, and you'll know if it's dry or not, because you'll see, like, they'll sit like this, and I'll let him dry, and then I'll pick him up, and you can tell the bottom's a little still wet. So then I just kind of lay them on their side like that, and then it'll dry. And just turn the fan on in your room or whatever. So now I've got to do something to this. So I did wet a rag so I wouldn't have to go in the bathroom and wash my hands. Try to get all this off my hands, because your hands are going to be nasty. Yes, it's baby steps, Sandy. It sure is. It's just a little at a time. But you look at the whole painting or whatever it is you're doing, and it's intimidating. But it's not. It's just little steps, and it's certain little things you have to do. Now, don't ask me to show y'all how to crochet or something like that, because this girl cannot crochet. I tried. Can't do it. Not doing it. Can't do it. My grandmother was a whiz at it. She did it left-handed, which is, I think it's difficult, because back then, you know, you didn't have the internet to teach you how to do stuff. She taught herself how to do it left-handed. And I tried it, and I just cannot grasp it. I wanted to be good at it right then. I didn't want to have to do it for months. Okay, so then I'm putting my clay all back in there. I'm going to wrap this up good and put it back in this bag, because it starts drying pretty fast, the outside does. And like by the time I get done painting him, he's going to already started to be turning white. The blooms and cotton grows in the fields and they keep to me. Oh, okay, you're replying to somebody. All right, so I'm putting this over here. Put my little heart tool. So that just gives you an idea if you wanted to stamp stuff all over your gnome, or, you know, whatever, okay? So now we're gonna turn him into somebody, because right now he's just a little white, you know, and they're not heavy. I mean, it's not heavy at all, but they're substantial enough to sit there where they're not gonna, you know, do anything. Okay, so let me put all this up. I think I'm gonna paint his hat this real pretty blue. It is ultramarine blue, and it's Deco Art Americana paint. They have this at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, I think. But any paint, any craft paint will work. You don't have to have special paint for this clay. Got water everywhere. It's totally fine. Whatever color you want or kind you want. Apple barrel. I use all kinds. This is Michael's Craft Smart, and it's coral. But it looks flesh tone to me, so that's usually what I use for the nose. It's just a little flesh tone. And then I have some white. And this, like I said, this is Ceramicoat and by Delta. Like I said, I use all the brands. I just pick whatever. And then this is Graphite by Craft Smart at Michael's. The only paint I don't care for is Joann's. Their brand of paint is real watery. If I'm going to stain something, I might use some of their paint, but it's real thin and watery. I do not care for their paint. But now Michael's craft paint, their Craft Smart brand, is pretty good. And then Apple Barrel. This is Anita's, and it's this is probably my favorite line of paint. I love their paint. Except they're white. I'm not a fan of their white at all. and it's true red. It's pretty red. Why not turquoise, Sharice? Because I'm doing it patriotic to put on my tiered tray. Because, you know, I made patriotic stuff the other night, and if y'all didn't see that, you can go back and watch that video. We made a whole bunch of little cutesy things to put on the tiered tray for 4th of July or Memorial Day or whatever. So I'm just making him patriotic because I don't have one. My hands were so dirty. Oh, you're doing one, Kaylee, or have you already done it? Are you doing it with me? Okay. So we're gonna I'm gonna paint his little nose first. Of course, you know, this is not the hard part, it's painting. Let me get my bucket of paintbrushes. And it's funny because I'll go round and round 10 times, like I can't find a paintbrush, and there's 100 in there. Just put my finger in the paint. What am I doing? Oh, you did it with me? Cool, Kaylee. Did you make his hat crooked? Okay. So my little nose, of course, is flat on one side because, you know, I mashed it up against his body. But I'm just going to give it a good coat of this peach color. And I put way too much peach out. This is a little hard dude to paint. Just because it's round and you can't hold it. And you're trying to hold it and paint. And sometimes I have to set it down and paint where my fingers were and all that. Okay, so I got that done. Do you keep paint brushes from getting hard? Some brands will do that. I just wash them really good and then I'll lay them. I have a sink in a guest bathroom right here next to my craft room, which is like my craft bathroom now. And I'll wash them and then I'll just leave them laying over the sink like that and let them dry. I don't really have a hard problem with them getting hard. Just don't leave paint and stuff in them like I have done before. But anyway, so there's my nose. And just painting, make sure I didn't miss a spot. Okay, so I'm going to leave it sitting there. Yeah, patriotic. So roll it in the paint. Yeah, I could do that. I could do that. All right, I put way too much flesh out there because I'm not near going to use that much for that little nose. And sometimes I'll just open the paint bottle. I don't know why I did. I'll open my paint after I shake it, and then I'll just use that paint right there. And that's what I should have done because I put way too much paint out on my tray. Okay, so let's see. Do I want his hat? I think I'm going to do his hat blue because I love that blue color. And I'm going to do his body red. I make it seem so easy, Donna. It's not hard. I promise it's not hard. So I'm going to paint his body red and his hat blue. Because I don't have one with the blue color hat, this color. So I'm really going to hold this like an ice cream cone, okay? So he dried pretty good. So I'm just going to start painting him. And I'm just kind of get up close to the beard. So if y'all can see the lines and you see, and that's not going to matter because we're going to put a little white over the beard and it's going to be just fine. But I'm just trying to get up as close to the edge of that brim as I can get. So can y'all see? See it? Not even showing y'all. Hold on. And sometimes I'll touch it with the paint and I'll have to paint over it and it's fine. So I'm just, this is just a little flat paintbrush. No big, nothing fancy. Yeah, I could do it with red and white stripes. That would be cool. I don't know how my stripes would look though. I'm not good at doing straight lines, I promise. Oh, I have horrible handwriting. I just don't make straight lines for some reason. I just can't. It's not in me to do it. So I have to rely on tape or whatever, but yeah, striped hat would be so cute. All right. So I'm just kind of going around painting his body. See what y'all scrape paint back into the bottle. Exactly right. That's what I need to do. Scrape it back in there. So I'm just running that paintbrush kind of underneath that brim. Like that. And you got to paint the bottom. I got an ice cream cone. I don't like ice cream cone. It's funny. Y'all hear my dogs barking? They're barking at Chase, probably. Playing with him. So anyways, so if any of y'all gotten to go shopping or any Hobby Lobby or anywhere, I know some of y'all have, but I know some places aren't open yet. I made a hair appointment to get my hair done, and it's June the 19th is when I'm getting my hair colored and cut. That's how busy my girl is. It's like, whew. But it's okay. I totally understand. That's just how it is. When you go to a good hairdresser, they're, in high demand. So, but it'll be okay. But yeah, it's June when I can get my hair colored. But I can only go on certain days too because I have to work every day. Stores are still closed. Oh my goodness. Hopefully that's going to change. But I saw where Trump opened up, said the churches could start going back to church. I saw that today somewhere on Facebook or something. All right. So I basically just went over it and, it starts drying, and then I'll just go back over the part that's dry because it dries pretty quick. So he's red. Now we got to let him dry a minute. All right. And I don't think my fan is... Yay, my fan's plugged up. I'll let it sit here. I'm going to hold it and let it dry with my fan. Let it dry. North Carolina open today at 5. That's nice, Diane. So tomorrow is going to be ridiculous in North Carolina. So if you're going to North Carolina, it's going to be insane. Is that what you're telling us? The 30th of this month. Awesome. That's next Friday, something like that. Went to Family Dollar, and they still do not have anything craft-wise. Phase 2. Ugh. And I'm ready for this stuff to be gone, but I have a feeling that in the fall it's going to come right back, and I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do. Have you ever put legs on? No, Kaylee, I haven't put legs on them, but I know that people make them. I see them on Facebook a lot, the tall ones with the legs, and they make the shoes and all that stuff. I kind of like them without legs. That's just my preference. But you can certainly try. I would love to see it. Oh, cute with the dangly legs. Yeah, you could do that with these. Absolutely, you sure could. Quarantine hair, do care. That's funny. I know I need my eyebrows done, but I'll survive. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. I go to Hobby Lobby in Corinth, Mississippi. That's not too far from me, Lindy. Corinth is probably about an hour, maybe a little over an hour away. Because I'm in Hernando, and I go to the one in Olive Branch. That's my Hobby Lobby. So today I went to the one in Germantown, Tennessee, which is right outside of Memphis. Well, it's Memphis, but it's all the little cities outside of Memphis. I got to move this rolling pin. It's driving me crazy. Yeah, feet peeking out. Yeah, you can make absolutely make some little shoes and kind of attach them somehow on the bottom. That would be cute. So yeah, y'all just run with it. I want to see what y'all do with it, actually. Okay. So that red's dry pretty much. Alright, so now, turn my fan off, and I'm going to get my blue. And we'll paint the hat, and then we'll paint the beard. Are y'all bored yet? I hope not. Hope y'all are good. I'm just trying to find a paintbrush. I gotta find my favorites. There's my favorite Five Below paintbrushes. Yes, you're going to have to do it, Kayla. You have to make several. That red's still not all the way dry, but it'll be okay. And just come up with your own thing. And this blue is not real, doesn't cover as well, but it's okay. I need some Waverly chalk paint is what I need. And I need I need all the colors. Now I've decided I need all the colors of the Waverly paint because I love it so much. And I definitely need this ocean blue. And every time Carol breaks out this ocean blue color, I just swoon over it because this is not it, but it's so pretty. Because I know that Waverly paint would cover this so well. And so see how the blue it's kind of splotchy. It's kind of like yellow to me in a way. Oh, good. Y'all are totally loving it. Good. I don't want y'all to be like, oh, gosh. I'm boring y'all to death. So I'm just painting, just kind of going back over it. Because it's not real. 2 coats is going to have to do this, but it's not. Y'all know how it looks if you paint, you can still see the white under it. Do I have a page for my students to post? I don't. I'm trying to figure out how to open up my community page, like to have a community page where all of you can go and post stuff on it. And I've got to figure it out because I've been looking at it on Facebook and I can't. It doesn't give me that tab for some reason. Oh, you're sweet, Danica. Elephant. I know they're out of all of the paint. I mean, it's like wiped out. So I'm just gonna have to wait until they get everything back. I don't think you can even get it online. Okay, so now I'm painting under here. And this is where, you know, it kind of gets a little hairy. Because you have to just get your paintbrush and hold your mouth right. And where that red meets, so see, you have to kind of be real tedious to where the colors meet. But if you mess up, then you just get the other color and then you just go back. You know, if I get it on my red, I'll just go back with the red and go back over it after it dries. So it's not a total loss. Started to restock Waverly. Oh, I hope mine does. Yeah, I have elephant, but I've used all my elephant. My elephant is done. I had the little bottle. So, yeah. I'm going to get a big bottle. Because the elephant's so pretty. But that blue, that ocean blue is so pretty. And she breaks that out and I'm just jealous because I don't have any. It's so pretty. Holding my mouth open when you paint is like turning on the radio volume. Yes. Kind of like when you put on your mascara and you had to go like that. Now watch Facebook use that as my thumbnail for my video and I'll kill them. With my mouth open. But yeah, you just kind of, I'll stick my tongue out too. So if I ever do that, y'all just ignore me because, and my youngest son does the same thing. And it's so funny because I try not to. Choice of craft paint, Teresa? It's hard to say. Because I love Anita's. But I got their white a while back. And I was not happy with their white. At all. But it's just, I don't know. I like it all. As y'all can see, I posted all the pictures of all my paint rack and all my paints and that I've just collected over time. I like all the colors. But yeah, don't think you got to go have all the colors because you can totally mix colors and get colors that you want if you have just, you know, a few basic staples. Just even like chalk paint. I've added some of this acrylic paint to the white chalk paint and make a colored chalk paint of something else, you know, with acrylic paint in it. I've done that too. Just to make it chalk paint. I love ocean blue. I think it's so pretty. And I don't have any. I have I have two little bottles of maize. And I have, it's a bluish color. I don't know the name of it. And then I have steel and I have the mineral. The mineral's pretty too. They're all pretty to me. Very pretty. And I have the crimson. It's a pretty red. So like I said, I'm just kind of taking my paintbrush and running it right on the edge to hopefully get right where the hat meets his body. And sometimes I'll have to even get a little tiny paintbrush and go and, you know, fix it. Or if I get it on the red, see how you do it where it meets the paint, meets the body. And, you know, it's not perfect. I promise it's not perfect. Yeah, you'll like the Waverly, Teresa. I love the Waverly paint. I'm not an Annie Sloan fan. And I'll be honest, probably I'm not an Annie Sloan fan because it's very expensive. And I'm all about kind of frugality, I guess, as far as crafting goes. I just refuse to pay that money for that paint just because it's Annie Sloan paint. And she's famous. You know, I'm not a Louis Vuitton girl. I'm not a Michael Kors girl. I'm not a, you know, that's not me at all. That stuff does not impress me. When I see, you know, oh, everybody's got to have a Louis Vuitton, and if you like that, that's totally fine with me. But I just see it as if, you know, you're paying for a name, and you're paying for somebody else to be famous or whatever, and I mean, they put their pants on just like I do, so, you know, why is their purse $300? It's going to carry my stuff just like my $30 purse will, so, or a Rolex watch. It's going to tell time just like my Timex. It's, you know, it's all about and if you're like that, that's totally fine. But, I mean, I'm frugal with some stuff, but, you know, like shoes that I work in. I wear Brooks to work in because I stand in my shoes all day long. You know, and they're $100 tennis shoes, but I spend over half my life in them. And if, you know, when you stand on your feet all day and you don't sit down, then you gotta have some good shoes. Alright, so about got him. I'm just kind of going over like almost a second coat, just trying to get him, because the blue doesn't want to cover as good, but if I had the chalk paint, it would. It's a worry to carry around. Yes, because I would worry about somebody stealing the purse or something. If I set it down somewhere, I just, you know, I'd rather spend my money elsewhere, I guess. Like Hobby Lobby. I'm not a expensive purse or shoe girl. I am a Hobby Lobby girl who wants to spend her money on craft supplies. Everybody has their thing, you know. It's like, oh, cool, look at this cool glue gun I got today. And people are like, I don't get it. But look at my Louis Vuitton purse, you know. Everybody's different, and that's fine. If that's you, that's totally fine. I don't have a problem with it. Everybody's got to be different. And I guess as you get older, you kind of get like that. But I'm just me. What you see is what you get. I mean, if you met me in real life, I'd be just like this. I mean, y'all see me. I wear a t-shirt in every one of my lives. I don't, you know, it's me. Just simple. Okay. So I'm letting him dry a minute, and I'm going to show y'all how to do the beard. And I got my nose. See his nose all dry. See, it's flat on one side where I mashed it down on his thing. Yeah, I'm an x-ray tech. That's what I do every day. For my day job. That's my day job. This is my night job. I take everybody's picture. This is my cup, actually, from where I work. I work at an orthopedic office. Yeah. So, I mean, I love my job, too. I love my day job. I love what I do. Okay, let me show you this guy over here. The outside is already starting to dry. And I don't know if y'all can see in some spots how it's white. That's because it's starting to dry a little bit. See, he's kind of splotchy. So the outside is starting to dry. Now I got another one to paint tomorrow. See, I was like that growing up now. Yeah, I mean, Kaylee, I'm like that too. I mean, you know, my high school was a fashion show. Everybody wore, you know, Guess jeans and all that stuff. And I was like that growing up a little bit too. But, you know, now I guess you get older and you're like, well, I'm just padding their pocket if I buy a $400 purse because it's going to hold it just the same as my $30 purse. And, you know, I guess you get more kind of practical, but you start working on Tuesday. Awesome. What do you do, Cherise? I don't remember. Do you cut hair? I don't remember. Okay. So it's drying, it's drying, it's drying. I'm going to attempt to take this little stamp. It's like it's one of those little sticky stamps. I don't know how it's going to work. And put little stars on his hat, but I don't know how it's going to work. I'm so over making masks. Yeah, Ree, I know. I see all those masks on Facebook you make. Good Lord. And I can sew, and I haven't made a one, but I don't have time. You have your priorities. Exactly. And it's fine if somebody likes all that stuff. And, yep, Swatch watches and Guess jeans. And, yep, Kimberly, we had it all, didn't we? Everybody dressed up at school. But you know, that's fine. It's your priority. It's not going to, you know, I'm not judging. It's just everybody has a different, my purse does not even cost $30. There you go, Patsy. See? It's fine. Okay, so while this is drying, I'm going to show y'all, I promised y'all I would show you what I make with the extra clay. Okay, are you ready for some cuteness? This is like so stinking cute, I can't even stand it. Are you ready? It's a mouse. Can you see? Oh, you're assistant manager at a convenience store and a stay-at-home mom for 5 years. Okay, so there's my little mouse. That's what I do with the lumps of clay that's left. I just ball it up and I pinch his little ears up like that, make him a little pointy nose. And I make a hole in the back with, like, you know, a pencil, a toothpick, a dowel, something. And I glue the jute in there and I paint him. So, okay, y'all ready? Y'all want to see my little family of mice? Mises, all my Mises. This is all my Mises. I have a bunch of Mises. Y'all gonna laugh and think I'm crazy. Can y'all see them? All my little Mises. And they get smaller. I just love little bitty things. I think it's so cute. Look how small. I got a whole little family of Mises over here. Is that all of them? Yeah. Then it's a mushroom. Now I have made these with polymer clay too. But aren't they cute? Look at this little guy. He is like T90. He's little. See, I even painted the jute gray to match, and it made it stiff, but I painted the jute to match his body. You see, he's got a little bitty. Let me see if I can get him to where y'all can see his little face. It probably won't focus on it. I just made some little whiskers. See? That's what I do with my little balls of clay that's left. Mice make good pets for gnomes. Yeah, I didn't even think about putting them together. And then this one, he's got a long, skinny body. And there he is. I'm just weird, ain't I? I'm just weird. Some people think I'm weird. But I think they're so cute. I got a little mice family. Mouse family or mice family or something. Yes, I need to do a Santa hat. I love your Mises. Who was it that said Mises? Was it... Wasn't Tom and Jerry. Who was it that said to me? It was a cat. Wasn't Sylvester, because that was Tweety Bird. He used to say, "You miserable Mises." What was it? It was two little mice on a cartoon, and then it was a cat, and I can't remember. Yes, they're solid clay, Sandy. I just ball the clay up like I did the nose, and then I just, if you can tell, I just kind of shaped it like I wanted it and kind of made a point in the front. And then I just take my fingers and just pinch the clay up like that to make the ears. See? And just pinched it up to make his little ears. Cinderella, Cinderella. Yeah, that's Gus Gus. What was the show? Y'all know what I'm talking about. It was a cartoon and it wasn't Tom and Jerry because they didn't talk. It was a cat and it was two mice. And they were always trying to get away from him. I'll think of it in a minute. Okay. Alright, so here's my mushroom. So I just kind of make a little pyramid shape with my fingers and make a little cylinder and then join them together like we did and then just form it into a mushroom. It's, you know, it's all solid one piece too. And then I just painted it red and dotted it and it's like a little mushroom. I only have one of those, but I have made those out of polymer clay in the past and painted them. Hey Kathy, I'm glad you're here. We are making gnomes. Teaching everybody how to make these guys. So here's what we have so far, and he's gonna need another coat. But anyway, so he looks like Uncle Sam. So okay, so I'm gonna show y'all how I do the beard, okay? All right, so let's see. I gotta find a little skinny paintbrush. Skinny. You know, in my whole big arsenal of paintbrushes. I have an arsenal. Okay, so wait a minute, let's see. Skinny. Maybe that will work. No, I got one smaller than that. Here we go. Itty bitty. Love the mushroom. I do too. I think they're cute. It'd be cute with a whole bunch of different colors. All right, that's a little bitty. Let me get it in front of my face and you can tell. See, it's a little bitty paintbrush. I hate those Mises to pieces. Yes, what was his name? You miserable Mises. So what he used to say all the time. That was his saying, and I swear for the life of me, I cannot. Do I sell them? No, I don't anymore. I used to, but I'm just teaching everybody how to make them. So y'all can make a whole arsenal and a whole army of gnomes. Okay, so what I'm gonna do to make his beard, this hadn't even opened. Let me teach y'all a trick about opening this paint. So you know it's got this plastic seal around it that drives me insane, totally insane. So you know the bottle twists off this way. So if you'll twist it backwards and kind of pull at the same time, now it's not going to work because y'all are watching me. There it goes. That plastic will come straight off. I don't know where I saw somebody or it's been a long time ago. Mr. Jinx, was that him? Pixie and Dixie, that's it. That's it. Pixie and Dixie was the mice. And he used to say, you miserable Mises. Okay, so if you'll turn it backwards and pull that plastic right off. And then instead of getting your scissors and having to cut that plastic. Alright, so I'm just going to get a little bitty bit of gray. I mean a little bitty bit of gray. So, all I'm going to do is I got a little bitty paintbrush. And I'm actually going to dip it in the water a little bit and get it a little bit wet. Because I don't want it to just be so solid. Huckleberry Hound, Tom and Jerry. Yeah, Huckleberry Hound, I remember them too. And then I'm just going to take my brush and I'm literally just going to kind of go in those little grooves that I made with the paintbrush. With my little bitty paintbrush. And if you get off the groove, it's totally fine. These little grooves I did, actually, they are kind of straight, whereas I did the one that's dry, and I did them kind of crooked. But, ooh, I got that too wet. I do that too to get it off. Okay. Look at my paintbrush. The stuff is peeling off in my plate. So I'm just taking a little bitty bit and I'm just basically dragging it down my gnome in those little grooves. Let's see, let me turn it the right way where y'all can see. See? But we're gonna go back over it with white and kind of what do I want to say? Soften that gray a little bit. So I'm just basically not necessarily going in every single line, but I'm just kind of just making accents where I want to make accents. But like I said before, if you wanted to make a whole separate piece of clay and lay it over it and then do little lines in it, you could totally do that too. You'd probably need to glue it on like I'm doing the nose because I don't know if you could get it to stay. So see, I'm just doing that. But I'm going to go back over it with a little bit of white just to kind of soften it up a little bit so it doesn't look so harsh lines. Yes, it is. It is, if you'll go to the turquoisevalentine.com and up in the corner it'll say shop and you hit shop and it'll take you to my Shopify store. Okay, so No, I didn't paint the beard white because this clay is already white. If your clay is not white, then you could paint the beard first. And then I've done it both ways. So you could totally you could paint it white if you wanted to first. Okay, whoever this Tabib is that's asking lots of questions. Okay, you can go on if you want to. All right. So I got all the little lines on there, see? And there he is. So I'm gonna let that dry a second. Yep, Carol, I know. He can move on. Keep on going. Yep. Bye, Felicia. We're making gnomes. So yeah, I want to see some mice too. I know y'all gonna make some. Isn't he cute? Okay. If it does it again, I will. Maybe he's gone. Yep. Yep. He'll go on. It'll be alright. Let it dry just a second. I know this is taking long. I knew this was going to be a long live anyway, but it's okay. Looking for It's funny. Thanks, Colin. Oh, good, Janet. Thank you. Alright. So it's kind of dry. Alright. So now I'm just going to take a little... I'm just going to take... It's another Five Below brush with the unicorn. See it's just kind of puffy. It's kind of big and fat. And you can do anything. I've done this with a wipe. And I've done it with, thank y'all. Thank you, Kay. Y'all are the bouncers. You miserable Mises, go away. I knew I wasn't crazy. Pixie and Dixie, that was their names. I got Pixie and Dixie and Gus Gus and what was the other Cinderella mouse? It was Gus Gus and something. I don't know. Tom and Jerry. Jerry was the mouse, right? Okay, so I'm just barely going to get some paint on the end and just dab it off. And then I'm just going to kind of just dab over my beard a little bit. And y'all will see what I'm talking about. And I'm getting it on the hat at the same time. And then baby wipes come in real handy when you... But I got to paint it blue anyway. Okay. So I'm just dabbing it on. And it's going to soften up that gray a little bit. Trying to get up under there. My brush is too fat. But you could totally paint it white first if you wanted to. See how it just softens it up? And some of the lines you can see good and some of them you can't. It's totally fine. See? He looks like Uncle Sam. Did he come back? Jack and Gus Gus. Okay. Bye-bye. Yeah, bye. Yes, I love the patriotic colors too. But y'all, that blue. See how the blue looks? You can kind of see it's all splotchy. It really needs another coat, but I'm not going to give it another coat. Alright. So I'm going to try to do this star. We're going to attempt it. It's just a little stamp on that little acrylic block. I'm going to try to make stars on there, but I don't know. But I'm going to take this white paint. I don't know if I should paint it on the stamp. I'm going to paint it on the stamp. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to get a little brush. And you can paint it however you want to. If you want to do stripes on it, absolutely do stripes. Do the red hat with stripes or... So I'm just painting some white on my little star stamp. I'm going to see how it works because it may not work like I want it to. You know how something you think is going to work in your head and it don't really work because it slides all around like that? It don't look too bad. Are you going to put white? Yes, I'm putting white stars on the hat. I'm just putting some paint on my stamp with a paintbrush. Because, yeah, they're rubber stamps for ink, but you could totally use it for, I mean, I use paint. I'll wipe them off with baby wipes. And they're not perfect, but they look cute. It's going to look cute, cute, cute on my little tier tray with all the patriotic stuff that we made the other night. Have y'all tried any of that? I saw some people's posted some patriotic stuff today when I wanted to see y'all's projects. Y'all see my projects all the time. I don't get to see your stuff. So y'all can post away. Some people send me stuff, and that's why I want to do my community page. See, they're not exactly perfect, but cute. I like the stars rustic too, just kind of not perfect, but kind of shabby looking. Isn't this so cute? It's going to be hard when I get down to the bottom. Oop, that one kind of went wonky. I don't like that one, so I'm just going to take it off because my stamp slid. See, I'm just wipe it right off. Put some more paint on there. Try it again. I can't get it to look right. Where did I get that little star stamp? It came in a set, like an alphabet set. I think I got it at Michael's. I use them to do my stamp books with them, the sides of the books. Can these go outside? I would think no. I would think, I would think over time, even if you sealed them, I think they would break down. Just because the clay is, now that one's better. I think the clay would eventually break down because the heat, maybe the sun and stuff, would probably make it crack. I don't know. I've not put them outside, so I don't really know how it would work. He does look like Uncle Sam. Ooh, that one did not do good at all. Yeah, they look wonky, but it's okay. But I'm gonna have to move it down. Fantasia, me too. That's what I was thinking too. It looks like the Mickey on Fantasia. I'm going to have to move it down here to the point of my little block. You know, these little acrylic blocks. Where'd it go? It just fell and it went somewhere. Where'd it go? I lost my star. Where'd it go? Y'all, it fell off my block and I promise I don't know where it went. Oh, Lord. Craft fail. I've lost a star in the craft room somewhere. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. It's clear, so you can't see the little booger. Okay. All right. And it just sticks to the acrylic block like that. However it works, it sticks to the block. With a moon too. Yeah, with the moon. If it was a moon on there, it would definitely look like the Mickey, Fantasia Mickey or Wizard Mickey or whatever it is. Okay. So I'm just putting little stars on his hat. I had to move it because I want to get kind of close to the brim. And it wants to slide, so it's hard to get it straight and get it to look, and just press it because it wants to slide. Have I made a gnome wearing mask? No, hadn't made a gnome wearing mask yet, for sure. But yeah, they look a little wonky, but it's okay. Because I can always take my paintbrush and fix it too. Make the points a little better. He's looking all patriotic. Let's see. See, they just look a little wonky. See? He's coming along though. And I'm going to glue his nose on. What am I putting? I'm trying to paint the gnome. I was fixing to make a big boo-boo. Let's get one over here. I'm just kind of placing them. He's going to look so cute on my tier tray that that looks like a hot mess right there. See if I can just pull out the little, and just kind of doctor them up a little bit. See, I kind of doctored that one up and made it big. But I'm not looking for perfection. If I wanted perfection, I would go buy one at Hobby Lobby, and they don't even have any. They had the cutest red, white, and blue truck in there, and it was like this big. It was metal, and like the front half was blue and the back half was white, and it was a whole truck. Oh my gosh, y'all, that thing was so cute. It was $30, and of course their 4th of July stuff's not on sale, but oh, it was so cute. Those things will be snatched up. Maybe it would have been easier. The white paint pen. Yeah, it would have been easier probably the white paint pen, and believe it or not, I don't have a white paint pen. Isn't that terrible? All the stuff I got, I don't have it. I don't have a paint pen. Put a mask on it. Could probably just make one with a Band-Aid. It probably look just like a mask on a gnome. Yep, paint pen would be good and just do your little shape like a star. And that would totally work. Like I said, I'm just giving y'all the idea. And y'all just run with it. Because I can't wait to see y'all's gnomes. They're going to be so cute. And once you make one, you're going to want to make a bunch. Because you're going to want a whole little family of gnomes. So they can all sit together. Thank you for sprinkling, Emily. Oh, and I almost forgot. I told you I was going to give away these stickers right here. Those, the other night when we made all that stuff, these not stickers, they're transfers. They rub on. It was Annette Lane. If you're on Annette, you need to message me your address. That's who, it was 66 shares, I think, the other night. And I did my little random thing, and I can't do it tonight with y'all because my husband's not here, and I'm on my phone, so I can't do it on my phone. And Annette Lane won the little transfers. Okay, there he is. Let's see, where's the front? There he is. He's so cute, see him? And I might add some more later, but I'm going to show y'all how I'm just going to glue on the nose, and he will be done. But I'll probably add some more. You just ordered the clay to make with your kids. Yeah, this would be great to do with kids because they can totally do it and model it and, mold it and all that good stuff. So to do my nose, now, I showed y'all how to mold it to the body but when we did it. So now I got to figure out which way it goes. And you can kind of tell because it kind of gets flat on the top and then flat on the back. So you can kind of tell. So I'm just going to glue it on. I am going to put, where's my E6000? I found my tube that I lost the other night that's almost down to the end. And so, let's see. I need to get some Vaseline like somebody told me and put on the end. Because, it gets all nasty at the end. I'm going to put a little bit of E6000 on his nose. Just for long time hold. That's what I normally use. I wouldn't use a hot glue gun. I just normally... or super glue or the gel super glue or whatever. You could do that. But I'm going to put a little E6000, but I'm going to put hot glue on it right now so I can show y'all. Come on. It's been sitting over there so long, it's done dripped all out. Okay. So I'm just going to put it on. So yeah, if I was doing this not for alive, I would just do the E6000 or the super glue gel. You did not find them, but I did find the bag to cut up. Oh, that bag. What did I do with it? Stuck it somewhere. That 4th of July bag, yeah, that's cute. All those little squares and stuff. And I saw they had a tablecloth that matched it too. Okay, so there he is. So see, normally I would just do the E6000 and then I would prop them up like this overnight and let the E6000 dry. Or you could use, where's my super glue? It's gel super glue. I love it. I don't even know where it is. Here it is. It comes like this at the Dollar Tree. I've cut the package down because it goes in my little thing. But this stuff right here is wonderful. I use this to glue all the wood shapes on my stuff with. Because it doesn't run all over the place like the old-timey super glue used to. You know how it runs everywhere? This is gel and it just stays in place. And then you have a few, you have about 10 seconds or so to get it to where you want it before it starts getting hard. But look how cute he is. He's going to look so cute. And then sometimes I'll take a little paintbrush and I'll get in the white. He's cute. Shani, I did him just like you said. I did him patriotic because that's what you said the other night. To do him patriotic. And I was like, oh yeah, because I don't have one like that. And I'm just going to take his nose. And I'm basically just going to do a little slash on his nose. Just to kind of give it that little shine. But I need to actually fix my stars. And I'll have to put him with some patriotic decor when I go to take his picture. Isn't it cute though? I hope y'all make them. And I want to see them. I do. I want to see all of y'all's. Because I know y'all got so many good ideas. that y'all are just going to take it and run with it, and you'll have them all sizes and shapes and whole families of gnomes. Thank you, Teresa. Thank y'all. He is cute, and I'm just going to kind of touch up. This paintbrush has got some wild hairs. He is so cute, isn't he? And then you could totally do stripes, or I'm trying to cut the hair off this paintbrush. I don't even know where I got this paintbrush. I'm just trying to fix some of my little stars to make them look a little bit. Yeah, I definitely need a paint pen. You got the clay? Awesome! Cannot wait. Y'all send me the pictures because I'd love to see it. That's why I asked y'all today to see some of the stuff y'all are working on, because I never get to see what y'all are doing. Y'all get to see what I do. I don't get to see all of your stuff. Some people send me pictures, and I love it. It just makes my day to see something I've showed y'all how to do, and then you turn around and do it and put your own spin on it. It's just so awesome to see. Because everybody's, we could all be in the room doing the same thing, and everybody's is going to look totally different. I don't know if y'all have ever went to one of those painting classes where you paint and the ladies teach in the class, and paint with a twist, or that's what they're called here, or stuff like that. And it's funny to see everybody's after it's over, because everybody's is totally different. It's so awesome. So I'm finishing up my little stars while I got the stuff out. You made a flag with the paper straws? Oh, cool. I got some different straws at Dollar Tree, and I did the little 4 with them the other night. I don't know if y'all saw that. Made the flag. What kind of clay did I use? It's DOS, I guess. DOS. You get it at Hobby Lobby, and it's $9.99. But I use a coupon, or somebody said it's on sale this week. It's air dry. It says air drying clay or something on the end, and this is like 2.2 pound block or something. And that block will make, y'all saw how much I used. Depending on the size gnome that you make, it'll make a bunch of gnomes. So if you use do little ones, and now y'all see why I use the foil on the inside, because I don't want to waste all my clay, because Lord, it would take that thing a week to dry. So, I start with the foil, and then I just cover it with clay, and made the snake to make the brim of the hat, and made his nose, and for wine glasses. Oh, that's cool though. Yes, you'll have to get some. Oh, 30% off. Okay, so see, if you use your coupon, it'll override that 30%, and then you can you'll get 40% off. So it'd be like $6 for that block of clay, but you can get several gnomes out of it depending on how big you make them and how thick your clay is. I can't wait to see. $6.99 today in North Carolina. And somebody said North Carolina is opening tomorrow, so it's going to be cray-cray in North Carolina for the holiday weekend. And gas went up too. I didn't know if y'all noticed that. Our gas was like $1.20 something. And then all of a sudden this last week it went up to like $1.50. It went a little bit higher, and I'm like, yeah, because it's Memorial Day weekend, and of course it's going to go up. And I'm just painting a few more stars. How about stars on the brim? Yeah, I could do that too. I didn't used to put my dots on the brim, but I'll put some stars on there. How about that? $6.99 in Illinois. Okay, so it's pretty much the same everywhere. Do I curl the foil over to make hats? Yes, Kaylee. It took me a minute to see what you're talking about. So when you make the hat part, instead of us doing it straight, once you get it straight and how long tall you want the hat, then just curve it over how you want it to be. And then just cover it with clay just like we did. So yeah, you could curve it frontwards, back, however you wanted to do it. But yeah, you just carve over the foil, just curve it over. That's all you got to do. So you can make straight ones, curved ones. So I saw $1.75. Well, ours was like $1. It got down to like $1.25 or something here in And then this week, it shot back up to like $1.49, $1.50, which is still cheap gas considering what it used to be, $2 and something a gallon. But, because I guess everybody's not traveling and going places, and I don't know. Hobby Lobby, you going in the morning. Good, you better be there when they open up, because if it's like ours here, the line was literally to the cash registers all the way to the back of the store, and it's been that way for like 2 weeks. But the one I went to today was not like that. I went to the one up in Memphis. Don't forget your little heart on his honey. Yay, Kimberly, I forgot. I would have remembered, but it'd been after I through painting. Yep, I got to put a heart on his honey. So in case you're just seeing it, all the ones I make, I put a little heart on his honey. It's kind of like my little signature thing that I do. I just started doing that. Because, Valentine, got to have a heart. You'll be there at 10. I would too. I'd be there when they opened the door. The one I went to today, they had aisles and aisles of Easter stuff still, and I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. I bought a couple of things, but I don't need any more stuff. Because I went to the Dollar Tree right before that and just stumbled upon the Hobby Lobby. And Chase was like, you knew that was there. You knew Hobby Lobby was there. I was like, I promise you, I've been in that Hobby Lobby, but I didn't realize it was on the other side of the Dollar Tree. And we just happened to go through the parking lot, and there it was. And I was like, oh my gosh. Doing 3 weeks. I know, my car's doing... is doing that too. I can go 3 or so weeks on a tank of gas because I don't go anywhere but to work, and I come home. So I'm adding some more stars. So I got some on the brim. See? All of them. I'm funny. I have to it's kind of like putting ornaments on a Christmas tree. I kind of have to place them where they're all placed and stuff. Funny. So if I think, oh, well, this hole needs one. This hole over here needs one. So that's kind of what I'm doing. Just kind of going around and seeing where I need to put stars. I know, isn't he cute? I'm just so proud. He looks like Uncle Sam. Be sure to know which door is the entrance and at the exit Hobby Lobby before you get in line. Huh. Ours just has one door and you go in and out the same door. Our Walmart is doing that though. You have to go in a certain door and you go out a certain door, and which is, I don't understand that. I mean, I'm sorry. You go in and out the same door at Walmart. They have one door shut off, and then the other side, what am I trying to say? They close off one door at Walmart, and then the other door, people go in on this side and they come out on this side. Which to me, that would be like everybody's using the same door to go in and out. So I don't know. You got more people gathering together or going in and out the same door, and I don't know. But there's nobody like counting heads or anything because they're only supposed to have like half capacity or something in the stores. No, there's nobody counting heads or anything at the door, and I don't know. I don't even know if they even know what half capacity would be. I guess they have to know for the fire marshal, but... So this works better to me than the stamp did. Just a little bitty paintbrush. See? He looks all cute. I got him on the brim. It does look cute with the brim. Fill it to the rim with brim. I'm all about shut TV tonight. Our Walmart is the same. One in one and out the other. Well, ours is like they have two doors. One on the one side of the store, like the garden center side. On that side, excuse me, that door is completely closed. You can't go in or out of it. And then the other door, the right side you go in, and the left the people come out. I don't know. Yeah, and they have the little green stickers on the floor that says, go this way. And then the red ones say, don't go this way. Ain't nobody paying attention to that mess. Huh. Yeah, and nobody's paying attention to which way you're supposed to go down the aisle. Nobody. I mean, I'm sure some people are, but I'm like, that's just crazy. I guess they don't want you going down and Hey, Deidre, you just found me. Well, good. I'm glad you're here. We made these little gnomes. So if you are just hopping on, I taught everybody how to make these out of clay. And I don't even know what time it is. I don't even know how long we've been on here. It doesn't tell me. Probably a long time. But it's okay. I'm just painting and talking. So, see, he's all cute. So, yeah, I need to put a heart down here on his hiney, but it's going to have to be white because his hiney's red, and I'm going to have to I'll just do a white one. If I can draw a heart. I didn't stamp it in the clay like I normally do. I don't know what I wasn't thinking, evidently. So, there's this little heart. I didn't put it all the way back there, but haha, I messed up once and was expecting Walmart to place the yellow. Oh yeah, they've told me before, oh, you can't go in that door, you gotta go in this door, and they make you walk all around these little cattle gate things, all the way around, and go in the door, and I don't know, herded like cattle. And there's no meat in Walmart, none. And then I keep seeing that people are paying like $8 a pound for hamburger meat and all this stuff, which I went and bought a good bit of meat to freeze a couple of weeks ago. But anyway, it's $1.50. It ain't no $1.50, Sharice. $1.50 in the morning. I might be up to $1.50 in the morning. There's no telling what I'm going to get into. Alright, he looks so cute. But see, yeah, you could totally do stripes around his body. I told y'all if I did stripes, they would look like, they would be all wavy. They would look a hot mess. Oh, you're fine, Dana. You can go back and watch the replay. This is the guy that we actually made, and he's over here drying. And then this is, his nose is over there separate. And then this is the one that I had from, I made him the other night and let him dry and showed everybody how I painted. So I wanted to make him patriotic to go on my tiered tray for my, because we made the stuff the other night to go on the tiered tray, the little 4th of July stuff. And he's going to look so cute, all proud. He's USA proud. You could put USA down his hat. That would be cute too. It's $3.25. That's right, Tricia. I forget you're in the UK. Gosh, what you doing up so late? Watching a girl from Mississippi make a gnome. I'm glad you're here though, but gosh, that is late. Yeah, you'll have to watch the replay. Hermoso. What's that? Hermoso. I don't know what that is. Almost 2 hours. Good Lord. It does. It looks cute. He does look like Mickey Mouse in the... I saw somebody today that had a gnome and they had mouse ears out here. Like Mickey Mouse. But, you know, if you could put bunny ears, you could make bunny ears and attach them somehow, glue them on in the... for Easter, you could... Because, you know, I've seen them where they have the bunny ears coming out. You could do that. You could do, you know, Christmas... You know, do them red and green, red and lime green, red and striped, dotted. They'd be so cute. You could do all kinds of stuff. You could even Mod Podge napkins on their hat, like Christmas napkins or stuff. That would be so, so cute. But he turned out so cute. I can't wait to put my 4th of July stuff out now. I'm ready to put it out. He looks like, Colin, that's what somebody said. It looks like the Fantasia Mickey Mouse, where he's doing the... If he had a little wand with a star on the end, he would look just like... That's what it reminds me of, like a sorcerer's hat. Is that what I'm trying to think of? He's so cute. Thank y'all for the hearts, guys. All right, well, I'm fixing to get off of here because I've been on here almost 2 hours. What did you make dots with? These dots, Sandy, these are little stars. I started off stamping them, and then I just went to painting them with the brush. It was a lot easier. Make dots. Okay, that's a whole nother story, but let me find where they are. Here, they're right here in reach, actually, so that's good. Okay, so I've done dot art in the past, and on rocks and stuff, and you make dots, just dot, 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 okay? So these are, you could use anything. You could use the end of a pen to do this with. A pencil eraser, you know, big ones you could use magic markers like that, and that's a paint pen, yes, but it doesn't work. It's just in here. I need to throw it away. Actually, it's going in the garbage. So, pen, that's a Sharpie, you could use the end of that. But what I use, because I painted all kinds of rocks and stuff, these are plastic crochet hooks. And no, I do not crochet. I can't do it. I can't. I've tried. And they come in, there are these, you have to be careful because not all of them are flat like this. These are flat on the bottom. See? And they are, they come in variant sizes like that. So and then you can use a dowel, like this is a dowel, just cut. But yeah, I've done dot art in the past, and you can use these little nail tools. You can get those on Amazon too. They make little, see it's got a little ball on it, it's got paint on it. But you can dip in the paint and make little bitty dots. I use all kinds of stuff for dots. I have drill bits that start this big around and go all the way down to little bitty that I make dots with, but that's what I used on these was those crochet hooks. They're crystal something crochet hooks on Amazon. Q-tips for the dots. Yep, you could use Q-tips, absolutely. Or a pencil eraser, whatever. You could do that, you know, whatever. That's about that size. Just dip it in the paint, dot it. Dip it back in the paint, dot it. And I gotta wipe him off because I've got clay all over him where I was holding him when I had clay on there. Good night, Wanda. You have a good weekend too. I might hop back on. I don't know. I might get on Sunday night if I get a wild hair. I made the gnomes. That's what I was just showing everybody how to make these gnomes out of this clay right here. Right here. I took that clay. You have to watch the replay. And I showed them how to do this. And this is the one we actually made. Here's his nose. And then I had one I already made to let dry, and there's what I painted. So that's what I showed tonight. So Amelia, you'll have to go back and watch the replay and watch it. And so you can make your own. So they're lots of fun, and you'll have a whole little army of all these little cute gnomes made out of clay. See, here's a little one. Here's a big one. You'll be like me, you'll have a whole family. And these little mice, or mices, as I say, that are down here, that's what I do with like the leftover clay that's left at the end of my block of clay when I don't have anything to do with it. I don't throw them away. And I just make these little mice and little mushrooms and stuff with the rest of the clay. I don't throw it away. How much foil? I don't know. I get the Dollar Tree foil. This. Just the Dollar Tree for $1. I don't use a good Reynolds wrap. It's too expensive. And I used about, see, this is the end of the roll. I used about 3 or 4 sheets about that size. I just tore it off, and then, you know, it made this size. And just depends, Night K, it just depends on how big you want your gnome. How tall you want him, how fat you want him, that kind of stuff, to how much foil you make. You just have to play around with it. Like this one didn't take very much at all. But I just kind of compressed it and made a ball, and I made the bottom flat and then make it pointed, and just keep adding foil to it. But you can go back and watch the replay, and you'll see me. I'll tear off sheets about, I don't know, about 18 inches long, maybe, about 3 or 4 of those sheets. So that's why I use the Dollar Tree, because it's only $1 for a whole roll. All right, guys, I'm fixing to hop on and go see what my puppy dogs in there are doing. And but I hope y'all enjoyed this. I enjoyed showing y'all. I know it was long, but I knew it would be. And I just wanted to share it with y'all because people, they're in the background and people have been asking. And I wanted to show you how to do it. So I'm excited to see what y'all do with it, because I know y'all are going to have a whole village like the Smurfs. You'll have a whole village of them. Melissa, it takes probably, this one, I let him dry like 2 days. Because, you know, if you set him like this to dry, thank you, Sylvia. Okay. And like I set him like this to dry, and then he'll completely dry on the outside. And then you'll pick him up and the bottom will still be this darker color. Because if you can tell, he's already starting to dry and it's getting white. You can really tell off camera. But he's splotchy, and you can tell, see how it's white on the brim and stuff? It's white. That's starting to dry. And then I'll come in here tomorrow, and then I'll turn him over where the bottom will get dry. You're welcome, Shannon, Sherry. You too, Becky. You have a good weekend. And there's the nose. But it takes a day or two at least to dry. to get him fully dry before I paint him. That's why I made one ahead of time, made this one, and painted him tonight, and then I showed y'all how to make it. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. You'll have a whole little village. Before you know it, it'll look like all of this, and you'll have a bunch of little mices and little mushrooms. Because I don't throw the clay away. I just found something to make with the rest of the clay, and I got this whole family of mice up here that's up here under my TV on the wall. All right, guys. Yes, Deidre, and just stick around and you can click the screen and you can follow me and turn on the notifications when I go live, and you can watch, because I usually go live like twice a week. Usually it's Mondays and Fridays at 7:30 Central Standard Time. So I hope to keep seeing y'all, the people that are new, and I appreciate y'all watching. And I'm fixing to go find me something to eat. I haven't had supper yet, but it's fine. I wasn't hungry. All right, you too, Sharice. Y'all have a good holiday weekend. I may jump on. I'll tell y'all if I'm going to go live. I'll give you a heads up if I'm going to go live, and may do something else, because I got some other stuff for y'all to. I got lots of ideas going around, and that I'm working on. So, all right, guys, y'all have a good night. Thanks for hanging in there with me, and y'all have a great week, safe weekend. Okay. All right. See you later.